Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Oh no, it's so sad to hear. Can you believe this? Hamas leader Mohammed Sinwar was killed. Oh, boo-hoo. Isn't that a sad thing? A guy who is a legitimate terrorist supporter and who was 100% on board with October 7th has been turned into pink dust. Oh, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. Also, worth noting here, just to point this out, they talked to a hostage who came back from Hamas, and he said that after the Donald Trump election, they started getting treated better. They were fed better. They stopped spitting on them. They feared Donald Trump far more than they feared Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris. So they cited the fear of Trump's policies and common sense as for a little bit of change in Hamas's behavior. I mean, they're still terrorists doing terrorist things, but that's an interesting note nonetheless.
Number 6.
Elon Musk is out of the Trump administration. Musk says he was leaving as planned, but speculation abounds about whether his criticisms of the big, beautiful bill led to the departure. Now, there's always this talk about whether or not someone is leaving for this reason or that reason. I don't know. I would assume, as with most things, this is multifaceted, and we are looking at a situation where individuals are not going to be happy with everything that's going on. Doge apparently saved hundreds of billions of dollars, not $2 trillion as was desired, but it's been like 6 months, guys, and Doge continues, so that's good. A lot of talk about it not being codified and all that stuff. That's true. That has not happened, and it should. But the debate rages on, and I think Elon Musk did a good job.
Number 5.
There is an old saying that goes, as goes California, goes the country. And let's hope that is wrong. Because as goes California is never great. I'll just say that. They've got a trans athlete issue over there right now, but I want to talk more about grading for equity. I don't know if you guys have heard about this. It is an insane thing that they are going to start doing in some San Francisco high schools, and here's what it includes. A 21 is considered a passing grade. A 21 out of 100. Absences will be allowed, and this is all being done in the name of equity. I don't know. I guess black kids need to take more days off of school and have more unexcused absences, and you have to allow that and not mark down for it. What?
Number 4.
All right, U.S. Representative Dale Strong, a Republican out of Monrovia, my congressman, has announced that he has declined to run for the United States Senate seat vacated by Governor-elect coach United States Senator Tommy Tuberville. Meanwhile, Attorney General Steve Marshall is expected to announce his run today. U.S. Representative Barry Moore, a Republican out of Enterprise, is one of many considering entering the race as well. I'm out, so I'm not one of those, so I'll just throw that out there. Jared Hudson is in. He is apparently a failed, it sounds so terrible, but this is the truth, a candidate who failed to take the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. He lost that in obviously a Democrat-run county, but he came very close. He's got an uphill battle. Lots of names jumping in this Senate race.
Number 3.
I did like this. Kudos to Grace Heim and YellowhammerNews.com, which, full disclosure, I am a part of. No question about that. But kudos to them because they've got Tommy Tuberville talking on the issues. Okay, a couple of things. One, he's going to continue in the United States Senate. He'll pull double duty. That's going to continue as the campaign goes on. He talked about improving K-12 education, calling it the foundation for a strong workforce and economy. Quote, if you can't read, if you can't write, you can't learn. We've got way too many young women and men in this state with 6th or 7th grade reading levels, and that's not going to fly with me. On an education lottery, Tuberville says he's not personally in favor of gaming, but would leave that decision to the legislature and the voters. So don't expect to have a Tommy Tuberville led vote for a lottery campaign anytime soon. And he says the residency stuff will not be a problem.
Number 2.
And it will not be a problem because none of this matters. Governor-elect, coach, United States Senator Tommy Tuberville has raised $2 million in the first 24 hours of his campaign. Now, they say this is a record-breaking $2 million. I have no idea what the previous record was, but boy, oh boy, my guess is it is not anywhere near that. But $2 million being raised for this race instantly. If you wanted to scare everyone else away, there you go. That's exactly how you do it. Okay? There it is. He is obviously the far and away frontrunner in both the Republican primary and the general election. This race is basically over. But some dopes at AL.com think that this means democracy is over. Kyle Whitmire, fighting a war on dumb and losing every single day, says this is a Russian democracy. I don't know what that means. I have no idea what it means. But that is apparently where we are right now.
Now, time for the number one thing you'll be talking about today.
Hey, these guys talk a lot about democracy being over, so much so that they have to remove people from ballots. That's interesting play, but that's what they believe. Here's where we have a real issue. Okay? Here's where we have a real issue. We have courts that have decided that they are co-presidents. You want to talk about our judicial issues? You want to talk about our issues in this country? You want to talk about all these things? Listen, I will tell you this right now. It's the fact that we got courts running around saying, I'm president, and then another court says, I'm president too. I'm president. It's like a Spartacus moment. Everyone stands up and just declares themselves president. And then they make rulings. So judicial tyranny on steroids when a judge can decide, hey, that trade war you're doing? Yeah, that's over. So they blocked the trade war, essentially. A federal court blocked President Donald Trump from imposing sweeping tariffs. The court, the never-before-heard-of U.S. Court of International Trade, came after several lawsuits arguing Trump's, quote, Liberation Day, end quote, tariffs exceeded his authority and left the country's trade policy dependent on his whims. So he's president. So he's being president. Okay, I'm just checking. I'm just checking. Hey, why did Joe Biden leave Donald Trump's tariffs in place? Were those allowed? Or do those have to come down as well? Okay, I just want to know. I want to know. And by the way, there is a bunch of negotiations going on right now. And now you have the tariffs being taken away, removing that from his arsenal. Now, the AP article notes this. Trump might still be able to temporarily launch import tax at 15% for 150 days on nations in which the U.S. trade runs a substantial trade deficit. The ruling notes that the president has this authority under Section 122 of the Trade Act of 1974. And that's just one of the rulings because there are a bunch of cases where he can kind of put his own tariffs in. But good luck, everybody. Good luck, everybody, because the courts might come and knock those down as well. I'm not a constitutional scholar, no question about that. But what I do know is Donald Trump was elected. And these judges have once again stepped in and infringed on our democracy, right? This isn't checks and balances. This is judicial overreach. And we'll talk more about that as we move through the program today. Lots of people joining us later on in this program, so keep your radio locked right here. Sam Gavan will be with us later in this hour. We will have Mo Brooks on in the next hour, and we'll have you with us this entire time. We'll be right back.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.